listening to two guys talk about big sweaty men in tights. Darren and Al on In the Square Circle on the Duck.
Yeah, because I just had you not too long ago. You appeared on TV in a Legends Battle Royal.
Oh yeah, the 15th anniversary of Raw or whatever.
Yep, last December. So I mean, the door's open. I mean, it couldn't hurt. Hornswoggle gets TV every week.
Huh?
Hornswoggle gets TV every week now.
Yeah. Well, I need to, still sell him on the idea of having, a whole army of them. But that's what's kind of daunting to him is that, I don't want 10 or 15, I want 20 or 30, I need the fourth.
Yeah, actually, I came across, Darren and I work in the indie circuit. Darren has a promotion, and I do ring announcing. After what Fit Finley was in WCW and what kind of trainer was, it just seemed odd to pair him with a little person and make him...
Well, big ratings.
And it's working, exactly. They're getting huge pops. So now, you went from a full-time in-ring performer, and then they started the reality series on MTV, Tough Enough.
Yeah.
Now, how did that come about that they asked you to be the lead trainer for that show?
They didn't have to be the lead trainer. They just kind of just became mine.
Okay.
It was originally, a vehicle really for cats. I would just be there as kind of an assistant that didn't have the time to be SmackDown duty.
Okay.
To be able to fulfill and live up to all the obligations of the show. And he would come in on a part-time basis. I just kind of became, I took it and ran with it and made it my own. And did really well, thank God. And, that was how it became, my show.
So how deep into the first season of Tough Enough then did it come about that, like you said, you made it your own and they had you doing the eliminations and all that?
Oh, right off the bat.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, right off the bat.
What I liked about that show is you, but especially some of the WWE performers that you would have come in as guest trainers, how they would give fans kind of a little look behind the curtain. Some of them kind of kept their characters going, but I mean, like I said, most wrestling fans are really educated about what the business is, and like I remember when Triple H came in that first season and really gave him, the hard nose, don't plan on having a family, and then he had a couple of the guys take shots from him, and the one guy, I can't remember the names, but the big bald guy had a great look, big physique, but he didn't sell him. Triple H told him, if you would have sold like that for me on TV, I'd have hit you for real.
Yeah.
So now, was WWE ever hesitant about some of those performers coming on and, letting you peek behind the curtain?
No, that was their idea. It was a vehicle to give those guys TV exposure and to feature them in a way that made them feel like, crossover celebrities.
Any plans for you as far as, any more type full-time in-ring action or working with any promotions, anything WWE, TNA, anything you have coming up? I know you have a seminar coming up in a couple of weeks that we're going to talk to you about here in Maryland.
If the opportunity presents itself, I mean, sure, I'd be fine. I'd be more than happy to do it. I think that, I could still contribute to some degree or another. Maybe even a little more so, I think, now than what I did before, because I now have a far better understanding and grasp of what it is that, what we're really supposed to be doing out there.
Exactly.
Far more so than I did even the first time or second time. And I've learned from my mistakes. It's been very cathartic, so to speak, to run the developmental program here, for the time that I was in OVW.
Yep.
And try to teach the talent here, the young guys, based off of, I always told them I didn't teach them based on what I knew. I teach them based on what experience I've had, both positive and negative, so that they can avoid making the same mistakes that I made. So, and that's how I kind of address whenever I train or talk to any of the talent, is that, it's not like I know everything about the business, because I certainly don't. But I have 26 years of experience, and
Exactly.
26 years of a lot of opportunities that were presented to me that I didn't make the most of because, I lost sight of what it was that I was really supposed to be doing whenever I went to the ring.
Okay, so now, prior to OVW separating from WWE, for the people that watch WWE programming right now, who are some of the guys that you've trained over the last couple of years that are on TV on a regular basis right now?
Deuce, Domino, Sherry, the Highlanders, CM Punk, Cody Reynolds, Paul Burchill, Katie Lee, let me see, John Morrison, Miz, Elijah Burke, Armando Estrada, Santino Marella.
Oh, we're big fans of Santino right now. That is the funniest guy on WWE TV right now.
I'd say probably half, maybe three-quarters of the roster that's up there right now.
There's a lot of, and just on that short list, there's a lot of guys that have had gold. A couple sets of tag team champs, the current heavyweight champ in CM Punk.
Yeah, so, that having gold is not really an indication of success, because gold, a title's simply a gimmick. It's a tool. It's no different than my head. It's something that, adds credence to a match and helps tell a story, and there's something at stake that way.
Exactly.
And that's all that is. So, some guys don't even need a title, and, they do just fine. So.
Oh, guys like Pat Patterson, Finley.
Oh, yeah.
Never had a big title, but they get a lot of heat and big pops. They're just popular.
They're good at what they do, and the titles sometimes are given to give credence or respect, to elevate a guy, in people's eyes and things like that. So.
Now, any advice you would have for anybody that is thinking about joining the ranks of wrestling performers, even if they're just starting out, or like I said, a lot of the people that listen to this show are working indies right now. What advice would you have for them?
My advice would, I don't like to give advice, because if you're smart enough, I don't need to tell you. If you're dumb enough, you're going to listen. Since you asked, my advice would be to really decide if this is what you want to do, and why do you want to do it. People come up all the time. I mean, God, I lost count of the number of people. Oh, this is the only thing I've ever wanted to do. And I go, oh, really? Why do you want to do it? Oh, the athleticism, the drama, the this, the that. I'll tell you something, and this is just me. probably 30 or 35 years ago, I didn't know why I wanted to be a professional wrestler. I just knew I wanted to. 26 years later, for doing it for 26 years, I still don't know why I want to do it. I have no clue, but I love it. I really, truly, absolutely love being a professional wrestler. I dig it. It is the greatest job in the world. Even though sometimes the business itself sucks ass, be a professional wrestler and go in a ring, no matter what the size of the audience, whether it's 5,000, or 55,000, is the most amazing thing I've ever gotten to do in my life. And I've gotten to do some amazing things. I mean, pretty incredible. And in large part due to the fact that because of being a professional wrestler.
Exactly.
And, I can't put over the wrestling business enough. But that being said, would I suggest to people to go be a wrestler? Hell no. God, no. So you've got to really want to do this. Not to mention, you got to really have a screw loose. But